Today we're going to get into 5 costly mistakes home sellers make here in North County, San Diego, and a few ways to avoid them. I'm Chris Erickson.
I'm Cassidy Lewis.
We're both real estate agents here in North County, San Diego. So if you guys are thinking about selling your house, well, first off, check out this channel. We got a ton of information on here, but also give us a call if you want to start the conversation. Call, text, email. We got your back when selling your house here in North County, San Diego. Let's get into the top 5 mistakes sellers are making right here in North County.
So selling your house isn't the easiest thing to do, and so you really don't want to make mistakes and have to do it again or suffer through a long time trying to sell your house. So these are some of the things that kind of help you dial it in right up front, make sure that house gets sold quickly and for that right price that you're looking for. So let's get into the first thing, which is definitely the most important, and that is pricing your house. There are obviously different strategies for pricing a house. You can price over to see if somebody will jump at your price. You can price right at market level to hopefully get multiple buyers, and you can price your home below market and get kind of that frenzy and looking for multiple offers. And the strategy we've seen work the best kind of overall here in North County is definitely pricing it at that market level. And especially as markets adjust and change, we're seeing that as kind of the consistent strategy that works.
And there's so many factors that come into pricing your house. Obviously, location, condition are kind of the 2 main factors. But if you do overprice right now in the current world, buyers as a whole kind of have a lot of information. So they know what other homes have sold for in the market. They know exactly what things are going on in the market. Is it changing? Is it going up? Is it going down? So even if you are kind of aspirational pricing, that wish pricing too high, all the buyers are going to know. And even though you might get some showings, you might get people coming to look at the house, the most important thing is getting an acceptable offer written. And a lot of times people see the home price too high and they aren't going to write those offers because they're just going to say, well, it's not worth it. Second mistake we see is sellers neglecting needed repairs. It could be just deferred maintenance stuff that you probably have noticed as you're living at your house, but you just haven't fixed because it doesn't bother you that much. But one of the biggest things when getting your house ready for the market is preparation. That includes getting all this stuff taken care of. You can just go through and make a checklist of things that you notice in your house, stuff that's bothering you. Is it just loose knobs on the cabinets? Does the front door need to be painted? Just need a little bit of landscape, a little bit of brightness outside, like that curb appeal kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's not necessarily a repair, but it will improve the home value. But all those little things that have been on your mind over the past, let's say, 5, 6, 10 years, however long you've been living at your house, take care of those items first to get the house ready for the market.
Buyers are going to get a home inspection right off the bat when you do get an accepted offer. So once you have an accepted offer, buyers are going to have a home inspection done, and you really don't want that long list of items that need to be fixed because that's really going to just set up for a second negotiation. And this is when we see a lot of cancellations, which that just means you have to start all over. So we strongly suggest either doing, like Chris said, a checklist ahead of time. Have your agent also go through and do a checklist of things that they see because they look at a lot of houses, so they'll have an eye for what buyers might see or what an inspector might see, and get those things done beforehand so you don't have to start over with another buyer.
And sometimes it might not be those little things that I mentioned before. It could be big things like HVAC units, roofing, all that kind of stuff. We do have programs that can help you get that ready for the market.
So the third item on the list kind of goes along with the last one with repairs, and that is just kind of that preparation portion of getting your home ready for people to take a look at. And this is depersonalizing and decluttering your home to make sure it shows at its best. What this does is it gives the buyer that's walking through your home more of an opportunity to kind of move in their mind. And if they're seeing other people's families, or if they're seeing a ton of furniture in different rooms and it just feels kind of tight, it's not really that environment that you want. As much openness, you want it to feel as big as possible. You want people to walk in, because everybody has a different imagination. You want people to be able to walk in and find themselves moving in their head, so they'll make an offer at a good price and that make sure that they really, really want the house.
One good way to do this as well is just start packing stuff away. You could throw it in the garage. Ideally, I would suggest like a storage unit or something kind of offsite. Just kind of go with the whole theme of, making your house look the best. But if you have to, use your garage. Put everything in there that is that personal stuff, pictures, just anything that is specific to you and your family. It takes some time, as with anything here. All this stuff takes some time, takes some effort, takes a little bit of brain power to get everything done. So you can also just hire somebody out as well. There's professionals who are professional organizers who could come in and help you get everything ready for the market so your house is prepped for that first day of showings.
And just one side note too, once your house is already ready for showings and stuff, we strongly suggest having kind of a crates and things like that in spots where you are, especially if you're living there, that you are going to use. So have a crate in the bathroom that has all of your stuff so you can put it under the cabinet when you're not using it, when you're having showings. And same thing with, like, if you've got kids toys, having crates to be able to put those away for showings, just to make it easier for you on days of showings and quick. And it's really important too, because you want to make sure your home's available as much as possible to try to get as many people through as possible. So if you need a showing quickly, it's better to have those kind of plans in place to get rid of all the just normal living clutter.
Fourth mistake we're covering is selling at the wrong time. And honestly, there's no wrong time for you. You have to sell your home when you need to. So just kind of setting up that plan around wherever it needs to be. A lot of people do sell during the summertime because kids are out of school, so it's easier to kind of make that move. But it really depends on your specific situation. But as a whole, real estate market, it kind of trends up in that spring summer market, trends down as far as buyers and sellers on both sides. In that fall/winter time, you see it kind of going down a little bit. So it just means less demand out there as a seller. So if you want like that full demand, that kind of like when the market is the craziest, usually that springtime is kind of the best time to do it. But in those kind of latter months of the year and going into the new year, if you are selling your home, there's going to be less sellers out there, like I mentioned too. So it just means less competition. So any buyers that do come through during that time are going to be motivated, ready to go. They need to make a move. So there's kind of pros and cons to both sides, but ultimately it comes down to when do you need to make the move?
The fifth mistake we see quite a bit is sellers choosing the wrong agent. And this could be the wrong agent for them. It can be the wrong agent for the area. There's a lot of factors that go into that. But this should be really the first thing you do before all of the other things we've talked about is pick your agent, because they can help you along with all of these things. They can help you with a plan to declutter. They can help you with how to get it staged or how to help with curb appeal. All those things that we've talked about, they can help with that. And they don't get paid till you sell your house. So they are motivated to help get all those things dialed in so your helps sells for the best price and best timeline that works best for you. So definitely important to pick a really good agent. This can be referrals if you've got friends and family that have sold recently, but definitely do your research. Make sure that these agents are selling in your area. One of the biggest things we see mistake-wise with picking an agent is an out-of-area agent that just happens to be a friend or something like that. Talk to your agent that you're interviewing about a referral to those people or something like that, just because you want the best agent to help sell your house in your area, and that's not always going to be that person. And if you are thinking about selling your house here in North County, San Diego, definitely get in touch with us. There's also more videos popping up right here just to kind of give you as much information as you can before you decide to sell your house.